All right, welcome to another video. Today we are going over some things in honor of Black History Month, and that's a joke. Um, I want to start in the book of Isaiah, 32nd chapter, so Isaiah 32, and I'm doing a word search. This is pretty much I was reading the book of Ecclesiasticus, and I came across something that kind of shocked me. So I said, I wonder if this word is actually in the Bible as well. It's not in new versions of the Bible, and I am using a this is the Geneva Bible 1560 with Apocrypha. So this is the Bible from 1560, a very old Bible. So it's not necessarily a King James version Bible, but it is it's the Geneva Bible. So it's a little bit different version, very similar. And I wrote some notes for this one because this is a word search of the word niggard. And when I saw it, I thought, wow. But then I also saw all the forms of it, niggardly, niggardness, but it's spelled Niggard. Okay, so it's not spelled the same as what we think of, but it's kind of neat what I learned about it. Okay, so without further ado, Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5, it says, "A niggard shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl rich." So churl and niggard mean pretty much the same thing. It says, "But the niggard will speak of niggardness, and his heart will work iniquity, and do wickedly, and speak falsely against the Lord, to make empty the hungry soul, and cause the drink of the thirsty to fail." Okay. I want to read a couple more places where I saw it in the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 14. Starting in verse 3, it says, "Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money? He that gathereth by taking from his own soul gathereth from others, and others shall revel in his goods." All right. And let's look up one more place. I'll leave this mark. And that is going to be Ecclesiasticus chapter 31, starting in verse 23. It says, "Him that is liberal of his meat, the lips shall bless, and the testimony of his excellence shall be believed. Him that is a good, him that is a niggard of his meat, the city shall murmur at, and the testimony of his niggardness shall be sure." Okay, so I want you guys to understand in context what this word actually means. So now that we've read where it is in the Bible, all right, Merriam-Webster says niggardly means giving or sharing as little as possible. Okay, synonyms are begrudging, selfish, greedy, or stingy. Okay, the Strong's Concordance 3596. It says mixed kinds. And we know how Yah feels about things being mixed. He does not like when we mix materials on the same outfit. He does not like when we mix seeds to make a hybrid of anything. He does not like any type of hybrid. But when I saw that, I thought, why is it mixed kinds? That's weird. So I didn't think that actually went. But as you read along in the Strong's Concordance, you get that it means a rascal in Strong's Concordance. Hebrew form is the word kilai or cool, Kuwl, cool. Cool is 3557 in the Strong's Concordance, and it means to contain, to portion, or withholding. Okay. Churl, like I said, it means the same thing as niggardly. So when you look up niggardly, you're going to see the word churl as well. And it means miserly, rude, surly, a scoundrel. Of course, it's a negative connotation. Okay. So when we put it in there as selfish or greedy or stingy, okay, you get you understand what it's saying. So it's saying a selfish, a greedy, a stingy person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl rich, or churl means someone withholding, okay, but the uh, selfish, greedy, or stingy person will speak of things that are selfish, greedy, or stingy, and his heart will work iniquity and do wickedly and speak falsely against Yah, to make empty the hungry soul and cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. So, this speaks to, of course, someone's character, how they handle themselves. So, someone who does not want to share his things, this is what it's talking about. And it's saying that, that's not how you become rich. You don't become rich by trying to hold on to things. But of course, we know in modern day, that is how most rich people are. That's how most wealthy people are. They're just really good at saving and investing. Um, we know that there are lots of people who have a lot of money that tip as little as possible at a restaurant. We know that there are people who gather in a lot, but they don't spend out anything at all. You don't ever see them in society. You don't ever see them around. They stay to themselves, hoarding the things that they have. Okay, putting up big fences around their property, putting up, walls around their house. They try to keep everyone else out while they gather from everyone else, and not give out anything. Okay, so Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 3 says, riches are not comely for the stingy, greedy, or withholding person. Okay. And what would an envious man do with money? So a person who has riches, someone who's stingy, they don't see the purpose of riches. All right. They don't see any good in it. He that gathereth by taking from his own soul gathereth for others, and others shall revel in his goods. So when he finally loses or dies, okay, let's just say dies or loses everything, other people are going to discover all the money he has, all the things he stored up. I've seen people who have beautiful cars, a whole garage full of beautiful cars, and they don't even drive them. They just have them, they look at them, and that's it. Okay. You have people who have a lot of things, but Yah never intended us for us to hold on to things like that, to have something and just sit there and hold it, because he wants us to always be in service to other people. All right. And let's plug these other words in chapter 31, verse 23. It says, him that is liberal of his meat. Excuse me. Him that is liberal of his meat, the lips shall bless. So, people, liberal means to give generously. Someone who is generous, who gives generously. Um, and the testimony of his excellence shall be believed, because he gives out of what he has. He doesn't just hold on to it. All right. Him that is stingy, that is greedy, that is withholding. Of his meat, the city shall murmur at. That everyone's going to know that this person is tight, they're stingy. How many people we know that's like that? How many business owners? How many wealthy people do we know that you hear about throughout the town, throughout the city? That, oh, this person, man, he's so tight. He don't want to spend nothing. He don't want to let go of nothing. He don't want to help nobody. He don't want to do nothing for nobody, right? So we look at that and we can already know that there are people around us who are like that anyway. It says him that is, okay, in the testimony of his greediness, of his withholding, and of his stinginess, shall be sure. All right. So it doesn't really go with anything modern day. So the word niggardness, of course, in the 1500s, they just translated these words. Um, and it was probably written kilahi um, in the Bible originally. So kilahi is the same thing. Um, but I want you guys to understand that word because I ran across it and I thought it was kind of interesting. So I sat for like 2 days researching it, looking at it, reading it, thinking about it. I spent a lot of time just thinking about the word, meditating on it, just chewing on it as much as possible before I give it out. That's why I don't do so many videos anymore. I can do little spats of videos real quick, but a lot of time I do them all on the same day, and then the next day I get so busy, nah, I can't get them. I can't do it, and that's just how it goes. But I enjoy doing these little word searches when I come across something I don't know or something I think is kind of crazy. So there you have it. The word nigger. It's actually in the Bible. I was listening to the book of Ecclesiasticus last weekend, last Saturday, and the kids heard it and they were like, "Wait, what? Why they use that word?" And so, because everybody in the house was kind of in an uproar about it, it made me look it up, and it made me say, "What does it mean? What does it, so I could tell them." But I had already looked it up the day before, last Friday. And I'm just not telling you guys, but I do this a lot. I'll look up stuff, I'll learn things, and I won't always share it. I'll just keep certain things to myself. Um, but I gave them an answer right away. And I said, wait. It doesn't mean what you think it means. It's not saying the same thing that you think it's saying. The word that we have now is not the same. And I don't want you to think that they're meaning the same. At first, I took it as like when I'm just reading it, I took it as maybe someone who needs to be like, it reminds me of like a dog that needs to be on a leash. Otherwise, he goes out and does something stupid. Okay. So that's kind of how I took it. Someone who needs to be tethered, someone who needs to be tied up or restrained in some way. That's how I took it until I really just started getting deep into it and then just thinking about it and saying, wait, okay, I see what it's saying. You know, it's saying someone who is just, they're so stingy that they don't want to give nobody nothing. And it's also telling you how y'all's people originally were. Because y'all's people were never supposed to be so tight with what they have and have this poverty mentality that, oh, I'll never get again. So I have to hold on to what I have with everything that I have. And Yah blesses us when we give to others. He gives me more information, more word, because I give information and word out. I give what Yah is speaking to me about a word, about the word, about what I'm reading. So I don't have a problem giving it back out because I know I'm getting more, and I am willing to try this on other things as well and see how far will Yah go. How far can his blessings go? Is there limitation to them? What if we apply this to finances? This applies it to money, to possessions, and to food. So if it goes to money and possessions and food, well, let's see if we can stretch that and let's see if we really will get more and more, as we give out. So I'm going to try it, do an experiment, and I'll try to report back to y'all in a few months about it. Okay. And let you guys know, did it work? Did I get more by giving more? We'll see. All right. Uh, thank y'all for checking out this video. See y'all in the next video.